did you know Reg's family?
Through Welcome Church and through,
Oh, yeah, that's, yeah, because I used to belong to one.
Yeah.
You still belong there?
and
And
through
he used
work.
to come by the office when I was on the board, and it was so hectic, and Gil was so mean to me.
Which one?
Reggie would come out once a week and pray for me.
Oh, okay.
And we would have conversation. He was my spiritual advisor.
Yes.
Turn your mic off.
Good evening, everyone. Those who may be watching virtually, the meeting for today will start immediately right now, which is 4:05. Thank you for your patience. So we will proceed. Can we have roll call, please?
Gross. Harston Span.
Here.
Jackson.
Here.
Jones.
Here.
Loveland. Turpin.
Yes,
Waterman.
Present.
You have a quorum.
thank you. Now, may we have a motion for the authorization to excuse the commissioners who are not present?
So moved.
Support.
Any questions or comments regarding the motion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Harston Span.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Waterman.
Yes.
Turpin.
Yes.
5 yeas, no nays.
Okay, before we go, I'd like to welcome Ms. Patrice Waterman, who is our new commission member. So we want to thank you for agreeing to serve. We really needed you at this point. So at this point, are there any amendments to the agenda? Hearing none, may we have approval of the agenda as written?
Support.
Are there any comments, concerns regarding this? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Harston Span.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Waterman.
Yes.
Turpin.
Yes.
5 yeas, no nays.
Thank you. Now I need a motion for the approval of the minutes of the January 30th, 2025 meeting minutes.
Madam Commissioner, I have a question as it relates. Since I was not here, should I vote on this or should I abstain from that vote?
Okay, so are you asking regarding, for the minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, you can, yes, you could, yes. You have permission to that. We have a quorum. Okay. So please let the records note that. So,
Support.
are there any questions or comments regarding the approval of the minutes? Hearing none, roll call, please.
I'm sorry, did we have a motion and support?
Yes.
Okay, who was it?
Well, no, I supported and,
So moved.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Jackson.
Yes.
Jones.
yes.
Waterman.
Abstain.
Turpin.
Yes.
Harston Span.
Yes.
4 yeas, 1 abstention, no nos.
Okay, so the next item on the agenda is review/discussion, and the two items are commission member terms and previous commission decisions. Are there any questions about your terms? They were listed in the last packet. Is everyone aware of their assignment? Okay. Are there any questions about that? Okay. So the next item is previous commission decisions. So I guess maybe I have to talk to Ms. Waterman. Do you have any questions regarding how we proceeded this far?
I do.
Okay.
Okay. I wrote some notes down. As it relates to the council president full-time salary, how was that vetted?
So it started out that we had a report regarding the duties of, no, first let me back up. The commission members did some research on their own, on our own, because there's no template or any guidance that we were supposed to have before us, other than the fact that there was a charter that said we can only meet in odd years. And the charter approved this full-time council person in August, the end of August, but we couldn't we couldn't meet until January because it has to be odd years. And with that, we did research different members. We looked at salaries of other communities. The only other community that has a full-time council person is Detroit. Okay, so we are the trailblazers, if you want to put it that way. And then we got the attorney's opinion from the city, and then we requested the salary of all the city employees. And then we had, the council came up with a job description for the full-time council person. And, because there is none. So we're really kind of at odds because we were just trying to get as much information as we can to try to make the best decision that we could. And so does that answer, do you need some more information? Because so we had the attorney come, I talked to the HR person, which at that time, it's the council technically rules themselves. Mm-hmm. They're not like maybe the deputy mayor who maybe has a HR. And I asked about a handbook, but there's no handbook right now for a full-time city council person. So, and I think we did all that, but in essence, our role is just the compensation.
That's right.
And so what we did, we tried to, get the information, come up with a salary that we thought was fair. And different council people commented that they wanted to make sure that the salary would encourage qualified people to run on the council. But that's not even our call either.
Sure.
Because the council decides who they're going to appoint. And so, not criticizing the charter, but the charter didn't help us. They came up with a document that said they wanted a full-time council person, but that was it. That was totally it. So we voted. We sat here. I think we had about 4 meetings. We sat here and we went back and forth, and each council person had the opportunity to state what they thought was comparable and fair. And so then, the number that we came up was like a compromise between, because some of the salaries went as high as 100, to be honest with you, and then some were as low as 50, and the medium was like 70 to 75. So I brought it back to the committee. A motion was made to list the salary as 75, and it was unanimously approved by the council members. So that's how we got to where we are. Now, in 2 years, if the commission wants to change it, that will be their pleasure. I don't know how many of us will be on the commission, and we have to do this within 45 days. There is a rule. So we right now, crunch time, because if we don't do it now.
What is 45 days after the charter was passed? Is that what it is?
No, from the time that we met.
Start.
First meeting.
Okay.
The first meeting. I'm sorry, I should explain that.
Okay.
The first meeting. And then after that, if we don't come up with the salary, the person doesn't get paid. Okay. So does that help, Ms. Warren?
helps some.
Okay, thank you. So so we've done the previous commission decisions. Now we're at agenda items. So when we talk about the part-time city council salaries, we had already decided upon that was it November? And so it's just on here, but I think we all agreed that we would just allow those salaries to remain as they are, which we voted on. So the mayor's salary, that's the same thing. We voted on that in November, and that is still intact. No one wanted to change that. And then we have resolutions that we have to approve, correct, Ms. Hawley?
Yes, one of the 2 in your packet need to be approved.
Okay. So, do we need to read those for the public, or what is the will of the commission? Or we can have Ms. Hawley read them.
I can read it out loud if you'd like.
Yes, that would be fine. Thank you so much.
So, do you want me to read both of them out loud, or since we're not,
We're not changing the council or the mayor.
so we
Just
will go
read the one
with
for
Resolution B?
For the full-time city council president.
Resolution B number 4.
Yes.
Okay. Whereas the Pontiac LOCC met on January 16th, 23rd, 30th, and February 24th, 2025, to determine the salaries of all Pontiac elected officials as authorized by Michigan Compiled Law, Section 117.5C, and Pontiac City Code, Section 2-392, and now therefore be it resolved that the city council president's salary be $75,000. Further resolved that under authority of MCL 117.5CB, this resolution shall take effect 30 days following the filing of this resolution with the city clerk unless rejected by city council.
And then it's my understanding that the council does not have to meet or discuss this unless they want to change it.
Correct.
So it will be as it is unless the council decide that they want to reject it. Okay? What I'm saying is, this resolution will be given to them from us, and if they're satisfied with the way it is, it stays. If they oppose it, then they will have to vote on it in a city council meeting. This is what I was told. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, okay. So, oh, I'm sorry, hello. We have our, I didn't even see you, I apologize. Ms. McDonald, she has helped us through this. Do you have any, and we're really blessed to have her. Do you have anything you would like to say at this moment?
No, I think you've captured it perfectly. I'm just available if you have any questions.
Okay,
Who is Ms. McDonald?
she is the city attorney,
Okay.
okay? So let that reflect in the record also, okay? So that being said, at this point, we would need a motion to approve the resolution.
I make a motion to approve the resolution.
Are there any questions or comments or concern regarding this resolution?
Yeah, my question is, this takes effect after 30 days, after council, it takes effect, and then the person will be paid henceforth, the 75, until they meet again in 2027. Is that?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
correct. So even though they may have a new council president, because do they vote those once a year?
See, that would be the question, other question, because as Leah and I sat on there, council president was for 4 years. When this new council came in, they did it every year. Who's to say what the new council is going to come back in to say, if it'll be 4 years or if they'll continue to do 1 year at a time?
But we can't change it
No.
till 27, right? I mean,
Right.
don't care what they decide. As a
can't-
commission, we can't
Right.
change salaries. But I get your point.
Yeah.
That's a valid point, because then they don't coincide. But because we can only meet in odd years, those salaries will stay in place until
Okay.
they're voted or changed. Yes, Mr.
But
Jones?
see, it's even a new twist of that. You can get the person that run for at-large, when they put that person in, there's no election. Now, I'm at-large for, and I don't know the rules gonna be around the charter govern. If I'm the council person I run, and I'm at-large, I can be put in as president at-large. And
Wow.
I'm there.
I hadn't even thought. Correct, Attorney McDonald? Is that correct?
Right, if I heard the question correctly, the charter does, the council president is not necessarily the person that's elected at large.
No,
Correct,
it's-
but it could be.
Could be,
Yes.
correct.
Because that's where the council governs itself. They will vote on that person.
Right.
So it's in their hands.
And they can do 1 year, they can do 4 years. It's up to them.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It's up to them. They can do 1 year, 2 years. It's up to how the new council come in and structure it.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
if I
what
re-
was- that's what I was speaking on. This council now does every year. When
As the
Lee Jones
president.
and myself were there, it was once you became the president, you were there for 4 years. Now, the new could come in and have a policy and say, We doing every year? We doing 2 years? Or have you? And I just, when I look at the salary, but like you said, we're here to set a salary.
And they will have to police themselves, for a better word, they will have to govern themselves. And then knowing that they can't come back to the commission to, what's this, 25? 27. So whatever we decided here today is intact. Don't care how they change the tenure of the council president. The salary remains for 2 years.
Yes,
Okay,
gotcha.
okay. So that was a long discussion, so we have a motion on the floor and an approval. Oh, Ms., you had a question which been answered, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now I would like to call for the vote.
Jones,
Yes.
Waterman,
Yes.
Turpin,
Yes.
Harston Span,
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
5 yeas, no nays.
Okay, thank you. Now it is public comment session for 3 minutes. We have no one in the audience, and we don't do virtual questions, correct? Okay. So now we're at closing comments by the commission members. Should I go around the table, or Ms. Span, do you have any comments?
Will we be called back for anything else dealing with this particular issue, you think, later on, or any other officers that need to be where we are now?
Well, I have the attorney here, but we only do elected officials. Okay,
Anything else
I
that you
don't
see
know,
in the
I don't know.
near future?
I can't answer that.
If I could ask the
I ha-
attorney, and I guess my colleague sitting here, I guess the dilemma with me and a lot of things is this at-large. What is the at-large's pay?
At large pay,
Yeah,
same as the council.
Same as the
same
council.
as council? Okay.
I don't want to talk out of turns, but, okay, this is a hypothetical.
Okay.
What if, for some reason, there was a petition, this is hypothetical, to change language of the charter? You understand what I'm saying? And they negated whatever we're doing or cancel out, not what we're doing, but the term of, you know what I'm saying? Would there be any possibility that there's anything in the charter, if it's revised, that would affect what we do?
Not at this point. The charter process involves the collecting signatures and getting it on the ballot for an election, and then the voters are the only ones that can change the charter. The city council can't change the charter.
No, that's
Council
was
can
my,
make amendments, though. They can make an amendment. Is that right, Lee?
You can amend.
They can make amendment, but it would have to go towards a vote, but there are some amendments that council can make.
Yeah. The council can amend ordinances.
Okay, yeah,
But the charter is amended through a vote.
okay.
Okay, let me ask a question, because I think this is where the community is going to get involved next year with the same ordeal. Okay, you have election for council. You have 5 districts, right? It's going to be 5 districts,
and one at large.
no, or 6 districts and
Six
one.
districts and one at
6
large.
districts and one at large. Okay, so I have 6 districts and 1 at large. Now,
Right.
either one of the districts will be council president, or the person at large may be council president. So that will
Correct.
have that at-large person salary of the president, and the rest of them will remain council pay for the other districts. Now, the question would come up as far as amending it, if it goes 6 months or a year into it, someone said this is not working right, and they want to amend the charter. Now, if they want to amend the charter to remove the at-large person, would it have to go back out to the citizens for a vote?
Yes, my reading of it right now, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if they want to amend the salary, that still would have, since it was approved that it's a permanent job, it's still going to have to go out to a vote to remove council president from being a permanent job to a part-time position.
Correct, but all that the salary can only be changed by the LOCC.
Right.
Correct, okay.
Yeah,
But the
that's,
position is
and
on
then
there.
so the timing will still remain the same. We can only meet in odd years. So if they
Under-
change it in 2026, the salaries will remain for whomever, till 2027.
Yeah, another question,
Yes,
if I
ma'am.
might. Since we had to, do the 45, is this the last time we would meet, or could we call for another meeting to get clarification or on?
Well, it's up to the board. If you're not done with the work that you need to do, you can meet another time. You've adopted a resolution approving all of the salaries though, right?
Right,
Yeah.
you just did.
So what other work would there be to be continued?
I think that's what I was asking. Is there going to be anything else that we have to look at and approve for salaries relating to anything else?
No,
Okay.
no. And if I'm hearing it correct, no matter what decisions are made by whom, council, and even the citizens of Pontiac, if they vote to decide to alter something, we can't change the salaries until 2027. That's our only charge. And I think that's something the community would probably need to somehow remind and say maybe 7 times so that that confusion is not out there. So the
It's out
intent.
there.
No, it is. You're right. So the intent, maybe you can change what you can change with the voters, but the salaries, if it's concerning the salaries that we just approved, those will stay until 2027.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to make sure that we have done everything properly since this is likely our last meeting. So we have adopted a resolution determining the council president's salary. That's the only salary that is changing. So do the district council seats and does the mayor seat need to be in this resolution since the salary is not changing at all?
Yeah, you should have a resolution that that fixes $1 for the president, the council, and the mayor.
Okay,
the next 2
so even
years.
if council and the mayor are not changing from the determination 2 years ago?
Right, I would still have a resolution or have it included in your resolution that you have that the president is at X dollars, the council's at X dollars, the mayor is at X dollars. Just so there's no confusion about what was accomplished in 2025.
Thank you. Glad I checked that.
So do
Yep.
you have that?
We have the, I guess, Resolution A, but numbers weren't written in it. So we can amend it to say they are making what they are making now. I don't know that dollar amount off the top of my head.
Isn't these the dollar amounts that you have here already? In
In the packet?
the packet?
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
right,
Thank
right.
you.
Okay.
So we can amend the resolution at this point and insert the dollar amounts. Would that fulfill the requirement? We have a document, but it doesn't have the amounts inside the document. Can we amend the resolution to say that these are the salaries within
But
the
you've already adopted the resolution as it was written, and that one, tell me, Cameron, that one has just the
president of the city council?
president. So you can go at this 2 ways. You can do a second resolution using the form that you've got in front of you and fill in the numbers, or you can have a motion to reconsider and go back and redo the one that you just did.
So what is the will of the commission? Can we just simply put the dollar amounts in the resolution when she reads it, and then we can adopt it? That would
Well,
be
the resolution number 4 that she has everybody's salary on that one.
That's what I thought. I just hadn't opened up mine. Okay.
So we could just write
Can we just
amendment.
use that
You
one?
can use the same
And just,
Because the resolution, it says number 4, and then it has the mayor, and then it says further council, and then it says further president.
okay,
So
that will suffice.
I'm looking for that because I do see the resolutions for Whereas for
I just saw
the
it.
16th year, January, therefore be resolved that the merit begins January 26th at that amount. Is that the one you're talking about in 27? Is that the one you're talking about on top, where all of them are listed?
Yes,
And we just write in the amounts?
yes.
Okay, so, and the one that's on the back here, we were just talking about having a special meeting for, just to clarify the 75 for the president of the council. Is that correct? There's one in the back in your package, in the back.
That was the one we just passed.
That's what I'm saying, that's the one.
So
So it'll
we-
be two,
that was
there's
4.
two different areas we're
Yeah,
looking at here.
right.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
So really, we can,
Just
let me
use the
cut him out. We can, instead of amending number 4, we can just pass B, right?
Right.
And have both of them pass, so one covers the salary and one covers all the position and what they could be
Yes,
compensated.
yes.
True.
So we, right, so that would be fine. Okay, so I guess we should have that one read also, for clarity. Thank you.
Would you like me to read it with these salaries in it? Okay.
Please.
All right, whereas the LOCC met on January 16th, 23rd, 30th, and February 24th, 2025 to determine the salaries of all Pontiac elected officials as authorized by Michigan Compiled Law, Section 117.5C, and Pontiac City Code 2-392, and now therefore be it resolved that the mayor's salary beginning January 1, 2026 be $140,350, sorry, I'm trying to read it out.
140,356
and 65 cents. And beginning January 1st, 2027 shall be $140,356.65. Further resolved that the city council salary beginning January 1, 2026 shall be $19,965, and beginning January 1st, 2027 shall be $19,965. Further resolved that the Pontiac City Council President salary be $75,000, approved January 30th, 2025, and beginning January 1, 2027 shall be $75,000. Further resolved that under the authority of MCL 117.5CB, this resolution shall take effect 30 days following the filing of this resolution with the city clerk unless rejected by the city council.
I just have one question. Can we number this resolution? Because we have one, can we put a number to it? It says number up at the top. Would it be appropriate to put a number in there so when we refer to it, we'll know which resolution we're
Yes.
talking about?
Yes, so the one we approved originally will be 25-01. This will be 25-02.
Thank you. You just want the records to reflect that, so if people has a question, they can refer to the number of the document. So thank you so much for reading the document. So at this time, we would need a motion.
I move.
Are there any questions or comments regarding this motion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, please?
Waterman,
Yes.
Turpin,
Yes.
Harston Span, Jackson, Jones,
Yes.
5 yeas, no nays.
Okay. So I still need to know if everyone has any comment regarding your service here.
Well, I'd just like to say, I wish I was at the beginning of all of it, but since I wasn't, I'm glad I was at the tail end and allowed to be able to serve, because I think this is a privilege to be able to serve on this committee. Thank you so much.
We thank you for agreeing to do so. Okay. Reverend Jackson?
No comment. I'm looking forward to 27.
You already looking forward? Okay. Oh, I should turn my mic on. Okay. Mr. Jones?
Thank you for taking the time out to work, the ones here and ones on the screen. Other than that,
Okay.
good night.
Did I ask you already, Ms. Spears?
I
Okay.
appreciate serving on this committee. I've really enjoyed this, a learning process, and so when people ask me, and they will, how it went, what happened, no. So thank you so very much.
You're welcome. So,
Thank you for serving us.
yes, so, first of all, I want to thank everyone for serving. I want to thank Karen, Ms. Hodley, did I pronounce your name correctly? Is Hoadley or Hodley?
Hoadley.
Hoadley, for her service, and I thank our city attorney, Ms. McDonald. This is, I think, the second time you've been with us to answer questions. I too.
If
Yeah.
I could just add one point of clarification, when you asked the question about the revision of the charter, there isn't the charter can be amended by a 3/5 vote of the legislative body, which I wanted to make sure I clarified my response on that.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay.
So, I have a question for you. One of the things we talked about, and especially Susan and I looked at Dearborn's compensation group, and they have a very nice sort of template on how to do this, who to ask to be here, the attorney, the HR person, and that would be helpful for anybody, because we kind of did it, you know, we just thought, oh yeah, maybe we need to hear this person. So she and I talked about it. Is it possible, so what is the legal part of us meeting as a group, or should we just meet as 2 or 3 people? And can we just, if we do this document, can we submit it maybe to this Charter Commission people who are going to be, just for historical perspective, maybe we just put it in the archives that says whoever, you know, these are the steps that you can follow to make it so much easier for the next group that comes into this, because, yeah, we'll do like a toolkit, put down, you know, the steps. And Dearborn, they even had subcommittees, and with the subcommittees, they chose 2 people to work maybe with HR, or 2 people to work on the legal side, and then they reported back to the whole, you know, commission as a whole. So I just need some guidance on how to do that. You understand what I'm saying, Attorney McDonald?
Mm-hmm. So I think what you're, by putting it on the record now, you're making a recommendation to the city that for the next time that the LOCC is convened, it's your recommendation that certain materials be provided, right. that they can look into the one in Dearborn. Between now and 2 years from now, there's some examples out there of documents that you think would be helpful, that the staff should refer to those and prepare some sort of handbook or guide for the LOCC to use going forward.
So do we need to make a motion to do that here today?
You could do that by motion, and then it would be part of your permanent record. Okay.
Can I have a motion? Did you all understand what she was saying to us? Does anyone want to make a motion? So if I'm hearing you correctly, I would like to make a motion that we submit as guidance, some examples, for example, like Dearborn, who has done this before, has this a nice toolkit that will help the LLC Commission, how do I put this? Better service, and how we will have a better guide and how to move forward in the future when it comes down to having to have a commission to determine salaries. Is that good enough? Anyone can add to it. I mean, I'm...
Really, it just need to be short and sweet. We can use that as a template.
Right.
And the committee can structure behind that, and then we support and add or amend how we want this.
Right. So what we can do is provide the language of the document to the city clerk's office if they want us to, and we can submit that with any, you know, as a guide, and then they can decide if they have other examples of a nice guide to help the commission operate in the future. That would be fine too. So we have the motion, right? So.
Support.
Okay. Okay. Are there any questions or comments to the motion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Turpin,
Yes.
Harston Span,
Yes.
Jackson, Jones,
Yes.
Waterman.
Yes.
5 yeas, no nays.
All right, thank you. So can I have, if there are no further comments, can we have a motion to adjourn?
Support.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, roll call, please. Are there any questions or comments to the motion? I'm sorry. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Harston Span. Jackson.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Waterman.
Yes.
Turpin.
Yes,
5 yeas, no nays.
so the meeting is officially adjourned at 4:39. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. McDonald, again. All right.